everybody, welcome back to Keeping It Real in the Kitchen. I'm Candace Cole and today we are making lasagna soup. Yeah, lasagna in soup form inside a crock pot. So excited about this. I found this recipe on familyfresh.com. I've adapted it and changed a little things because, well, I didn't have all the ingredients and that's life. So, we're gonna make this and here's what you need to do it. You're gonna need 1 pound of some sort of ground meat. I am using ground turkey. You could also use ground beef, or you could even use like a vegetable crumble. If you wanna make this totally vegetarian, it'd be easy to do. 3 cups of vegetable broth, or you could use a beef broth. We're gonna need a half of onion, all chopped and cut and diced and sliced up. You're gonna need 1 cup of some sort of vegetable blend of juice. Yeah, V8, 1 cup. So the actual recipe calls for 6 ounces of tomato paste, but I had like this little can of tomato sauce. This is what I'm using. So I'm gonna only use 6 ounces of this. This is 8, but tomato paste would probably be better. I bought the wrong thing. The recipe also calls for 28 ounces of diced tomatoes, which I thought I had, so I didn't buy any more, but I actually only had 14 ounces. I'm using 14 ounces, that's all that's going in here. You also need 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Now if you're using cloves, use about 3 cloves of garlic. That kind of equals out to the same thing. You're gonna need 2 cups of uncooked pasta shells. You need a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And you're also gonna need a 1/4 tablespoon of salt and a 1/4 tablespoon of pepper. This is a great recipe for a big size family, or if you wanna cook it and then have some leftovers during the week, which is exactly what I'm doing, because this is totally gonna feed between 6 and 8 people, so manja. The first thing we're gonna do is chop up a half of onion. We're gonna dice this baby up and get it in there. All right, our onion is all diced up. Let's get that inside the crock pot. So the recipe says we can just add this ground meat without cooking it, ground turkey or ground beef or your vegetable crumble, and you don't have to cook it. I am a little scared. I know it's gonna cook more than enough time. I don't know, something about uncooked meat. Well, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna break it up a little. I don't want it in giant big clumps, so I'm just gonna cut it a little while it's in there. We're gonna add our diced tomatoes. Again, if you have 28 ounces, add that whole can of them. I'm not draining these tomatoes, I am just putting everything in there. Now we're gonna add 6 ounces of tomato paste. That's what you should have. I don't. Our next thing is 3 cups of our vegetable or our beef broth. It doesn't matter what order you add your stuff in. Next is our garlic. I am trying to get the juice out of this. Now we're gonna put in 1 cup of our vegetable juice. You should shake it. I looked at that, that didn't look. That's been sitting a while. There it all is. Shake it up, baby. Shake it up, baby. Come on, baby. That's so much better. Shaken. Now we need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. And now we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of our Italian seasoning. Feel free to use a little more if you'd like to. That does not fit. I was hoping it would. We're gonna mix everything all together. All right guys, you have 2 options for cooking. You can cook your lasagna soup 4 to 5 hours on high or 7 to 8 hours on low. Today I am cooking this on high. Now about a half an hour before it's supposed to be done, we're gonna be adding some pasta and some water to this soup. I will see you then. I let this cook 4 hours. Now I wanted it to cook 4.5, so it's a half an hour before my cook time is supposed to be done. It can cook up to 5 hours on the high. Now we are going to add 1 cup of water, and we're gonna add 2 cups of our pasta shells. That's 2 cups. I'm adding a little more. I'm doing 3 cups. I'm going crazy. Crazy, I tell ya. It says you're only supposed to do 2. We'll see if that affects anything. I'm gonna mix this around. Break up some of that meat. I noticed that it's obviously not crumbled. It didn't self-crumble. I think I'm gonna do that at the end. I don't wanna lose all this heat. So I'm just gonna mix that around, and now I'm gonna let it cook those 30 more minutes, get that pasta nice and tender. Soup has been cooking that extra 30 minutes. I am going to try to crumble my turkey up with this spoon by stabbing it. guys, here's what the soup looks like. You can see lots of meat, lots of noodles. The tomato is in there. The liquid seems to be just right. It's not like a ton of liquid. You could always add more. Now you may have noticed with my ingredients before, there was this bag of cheese. Cheese is optional, but I have never had a lasagna without cheese, so I'm not gonna have a lasagna soup without cheese. You just sprinkle it in your own bowl. Oh yeah, cheesy. Very good soup. A lot of your lasagna tastes, I mean, a little different because you don't have the ricotta cheese that you would in lasagna, but a very delicious soup. The noodles cook perfectly. The taste of tomato is just right, I think. I know if you had that 28 ounces of tomato, you'll have more, but I'm fine with this much, with the, I think it was 14 ounces. Yeah, very good soup. Hearty, noodly, cheesy, tomatoey, it's all those things. And flavorful. I like the Italian seasoning and the salt. It doesn't even need any more if you ask me. Alright guys, if you're looking for more awesome videos, maybe a dessert to go with this, go check out my channel, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share this channel with your friends, guys, and I will see you next time on Keeping It Real in the Kitchen. Bye!